Hey, what's up everyone? Ralph here. So in this video, I have two videos of two ladies who claim to be broke, right? And they have no idea why. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run these videos and then I'm gonna let you try to figure out why they are broke, right? So let's get started.
Okay. Is anyone else broke? Like, are you suddenly broke? Like, where's my money at? And what's crazy is I'm making the most I've ever made, naturally. But I'm also spending the most I've ever spent.
That might be an issue. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
And I'm like, for example, I lived in an apartment a year ago today. This is a different apartment, but that one. One bed, one bath, about 700 something square feet. Cute, right? When I was there, I was paying $1,500. Really simple, like real cute. I checked again. Why is that bitch $2,300 now?
You see, you notice in the right here it says anywhere else, and it says, and no, I am not living above my means. I don't know. If you're making so much money and you're spending so much money, you might be living above your means. I don't know. That's just my thought. I don't know.
And then I just bought a new car recently. Transparency, my last car, $56,000 car. And I was like, ah. So then I got a new car. Tell me why I got a $31,000 car. Why are the payments only $100 less a month? I got a bag and a half of groceries yesterday, $168. $168. Bitch, I'm broke. I'm too old to be broke. I make too much money to be broke. You know what I'm saying? So is anybody else broke? Like.
So all right, let's break it down, right? So she's saying she's making so much more. She's making a lot of money. She makes too much money to be broke, right? She's also spending a lot of money. She's clear she might have a spending problem, right? Like when it comes to your finances, right? It's really not that difficult, right? It's simple math. It's pretty much math, right? You break down your income, right? Your monthly income, whatever that is, right? You put it down, put it in a spreadsheet, right? So you put it in front of you so that you can see it. Then you list all your expenses, right? Whatever, add up that number, right? Now, if you are in the positive after adding your income plus the expenses, if you're in positive, then you got money. If you're in a negative, then you don't. You're broke, right? And a lot of people don't do that, right? What she needs to do is just put that on a spreadsheet. All she has to do is put their income, her monthly income, list all her expenses. She'll know where the issue is, right? The fact that she probably doesn't do that. She just look at her bank account and just sees there's no money. That's probably why she broke. And then she said, obviously, her first car was $53,000, right? That's a lot of money. I don't know what kind of car she has, but that's a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure she didn't buy that in cash, so she probably financed that. And then she downgraded to a $31,000 car. And then she said that even though it's a cheaper car, I think the monthly payments were like $100 less. Well, this is things called the feds. And these past few years, they've been raising the interest rate, so that might have something to do with it as well. But for me, if you're just looking at her, she probably has a spending problem. Obviously, I don't know what her finances are, but if she's saying that I make too much money and I'm still broke, then that's a red flag to me, saying that you might have a spending problem. Because I've never heard anybody say, "Yo, I make too much money," and you're still broke, right? I mean, even though there's a lot of people struggling, like even six-figure earners, millionaires, and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. If you're making that much money and you know you're making good money and you're still broke, then you clearly have a spending problem. Even though she says she's not living above her means. Well, I doubt that. So let's go to the next video.
This is what I'm struggling with in America right now in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a one-bedroom apartment is $1,500. Bullshit. Bullshit. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's going to get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working our asses off for nothing. Do we need to move somewhere for a better job opportunity that we don't know about? Do any of y'all really know what you want to do with your life right now? It is so scary being in America right now. If you can relate to this, if you have any advice, please comment and let me know. It's ridiculous.
All right, here's my advice, right? All right, so let's get a breakdown of what she just, what she said, right? All right, first of all, she's a waitress. Second, she claims that she doesn't have a life. All the bills are in her name. I'm not sure on who other's name it would be other than hers. She wants to be a TikTok influencer. She has a boyfriend that she doesn't get to see because she's so busy. And lastly, she doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. Tell me if you've never heard that before. So obviously, you're a waitress, right? We all know that, waitresses don't make crazy money. I mean, obviously, the majority of their money will come in like tips, right? She says she makes more money than her actual degree. We don't know what her degree is. If she's making more money waitressing, then probably the degree is worth nothing, right? And then she doesn't have a life. Like, welcome to life, right? There's a lot of people that work, especially during these times where everything, you got to bust your butt, man. I know everybody doesn't like to work, but right now we're living in times where, look, man, you gotta strap on the boots and get to work, right? Because obviously things are more expensive, and I know working isn't the popular thing right now, but these are tough times, and you gotta work because you gotta pay bills, right? So that's just normal, right? You're a 22-year-old female. Everybody's working. You gotta work, right? And you just got out of college if you went to college. Oh, yeah, obviously, yeah, you went to college. And she talks about the bills are in her name. Like, who else name would they be in? Like, you buy things, you own things, then you got bills to pay. Like, who else bills would they wouldn't? And she says she doesn't have any help. Well, I mean, who's there to help you? Like, you don't live with your parents. Who are you expecting to help? You say you have a boyfriend, so I would maybe that's who needs to help you. He's not your husband, but that's the only person that you would expect to help because you're an individual. You're a grown woman. You need to figure these things out. She wants to be a TikTok influencer, right? But like she said, she doesn't know where that's gonna get her. Obviously, she's probably working on that, trying to make money on that right now. But look at TikTok. I mean, there's a very few percentage of people that actually TikTok superstars, and that make actually good money. So, I mean, I wouldn't quit your day job. She says she doesn't have a boyfriend, she doesn't see, she's busy, and she doesn't know what she wants to do with her life, right? And that's a lot of people. Like you hear a lot of these people, and that's the thing. She just graduated. She's 22 years old. You're young. Like most people don't have it figured out at 22, right? And she's expecting all these things to happen. Like she expects so much. Like you're 22. You're still building your life. You still have time to like really figure it out, and you need to figure it out fast. But no one expects you to have everything figured out at the age of 22. So it takes a little time, but you need to have a plan. You need to have a path. Obviously, waitressing, hopefully that's not something you stick to for the rest of your life, but you obviously want to make sure you got a degree, so you maybe want to put that to use depending on what it is. But look at it, like you can't expect to be just this young 22 years old and have everything figured out. But obviously you want to have some urgency in saying, all right, this is my plan. All right, this is what I want to do. And then you take steps in order to get to where you want to be. Because right now things are tough. So you gotta obviously like focus and try to understand like what you're trying to do, what you want out of life, and then go after it. But like a lot of young people, they have no idea what they want to do with their life, which is typically normal. But you need to create a plan, a path to figuring it out, right? So yeah, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Like, what do you think their issue is? All right. Make sure to leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and share. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right. So guys, take care and have a good one. Later.